Hi guys, today in this video I am going to recap a movie named Normal. So let's start. The film opens with Catherine, who is very sad because her elder son Nicky died in a car accident, and she has not forgotten her son's death to this day, and she has fallen into depression. Later we see a young boy named Jordy in jail, where he was serving time for a car theft. A few days later his punishment is finished and he is released from jail. Outside the jail, Jordy's father, Carl, came to pick him up. Here we learn from their conversations that the relationship between Jordy and Carl is not that good. After that, Jordy was at his house sitting with his father, where he gives him a week's time to find a job, else he will throw him out of the house. After Carl leaves for work, Elise, Jordy's stepmother, tries to be friendly with him. But Jordy didn't like his stepmother at all, because he believed that Elise was only with his dad for money. So Jordy doesn't talk to Elise well and leaves from there. After that we see a man named Walt talking to Carl. Carl is a psychiatrist, and Walt felt that he had fallen into depression, so he went to Carl to get therapy. Here by their conversation we get to know about the whole incident. One night Carl was in his car with his family and he was very drunk, due to which he was unable to pay attention on the road, and he had an accident with a car, in which Catherine's son Nicky and Jordy were both present. And in this accident Nicky died. After hearing this, Carl denies for the session. Later, Jordy goes to a pizza shop for an interview, but the manager declines to offer him job since he has already served time in jail and has also previously engaged in minor crimes. However, after Jordy requests too much, the manager agrees and hires him. One day when Jordy was sitting in a park, he meets his high school friend Melissa. They both talk to each other, and while leaving, Melissa invites him to a party. The following morning, when Elise was making her hair, Jordy comes there and he sees Elise without clothes. When Elise notices him there, she immediately puts on a towel and asks Jordy, "What are you doing here?" Jordy then can't control himself and walks to Elise slowly and begins to touch her. Elise also likes him somewhere, so she doesn't stop him. And from here their affair begins. Now when both of them were having fun, suddenly they hear voice of Carl. Then Jordy immediately hides in the bathroom and Elise act of resting. Then Carl comes there and Elise then distract him by seducing him. And taking advantage of this, Jordy leaves from there. Now they used to spend time together often when Carl is not at home. Later, while Jordy was at the pizza shop, Melissa arrived there and asks him, "Why you didn't come to the party that day?" Jordy said, "I had a lot of work that day." Then the manager sees them talking. He told him to concentrate on his job. Melissa heard it and left, saying bye to Jordy. After this, we see Melissa and Jordy spending time together in a park, and they have started liking each other and they both kiss. Later, when Jordy was working, his manager asks him to work more quickly. But Jordy is now irritated with his behavior and quits the job and leaves from there. He then went to his house with Melissa, where Elise tries to talk to him, but he tells her that we'll talk later and leaves from there. After leaving Jordy, Elise starts crying because Jordy was not giving her time anymore. The same night, Jordy calls Catherine, and the following day Catherine meets Jordy, and they both talk. Here Jordy confessed that it was all his mistake. Actually, Nicky and Jordy were both present in the car that Jordy went to jail for theft. But the idea of stealing the car was Jordy's and not Nicky's. And while driving, they had an accident with Walt's car. After talking about Nicky, the burden that has been on Jordy and Catherine's hearts for so long gets lessened. Later, when Catherine gets home, she burns all of Nicky's belongings because she has finally believed the reality that she cannot change the fact that her son died and must now move on with her life. She then goes to Brady and apologizes for her behavior with him, and she plans to go out on a vacation with him because she wants to spend time with him. Brady is also very happy because now his mom is paying attention on him, and he agrees. Here, Walt realizes his mistake and he then goes to Catherine to apologize for his mistake. But Catherine couldn't forgive him for her loss and starts hitting him, and then leaves from there. After this, when Jordy comes home, he tries to talk to Elise, but then Carl comes there and starts beating him because he get to know about their affair. Now Jordy can't control himself and he starts hitting his father too, and both the father and son get into a fight. But Elise intervenes and separates them. Carl was seriously hurt in the fight, so Elise took him to the hospital right away. In the last scene, Walt is feeling relaxed after his confession, and then we see Catherine, who is happy for the first time after a long period of time. And the movie ends here. I hope you like this video. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel. You can also check out more interesting videos like this on this channel. Thank you and hope to see you in next one.